Right, so KidPersist class, today is Wednesday, it's July 1st, we're gonna bow in. So right hand makes a fist, left hand goes over it, Chinese. Right hand fist goes up to your forehead, left hand over your heart. The most common mistake, people will do their stomach. We want your heart, not your stomach. Thai is right here. From here, the left hand makes a table for the right hand. And this is Indonesian. We just drop the left hand casually at our side. We make a fist. We tap the left side of our chest, and we go palm down to the side. For French and Dog Brothers, Japanese, we give a little bow. Most common error I see on the Japanese is people will look at the floor. You want to keep your eyes up when you do that one. So what I was saying, Brendan, is today, since I have you and Danny and both of you are moving through the curriculum so well, what we're going to do is kind of go through the early parts of the curriculum step by step, and I'll demo it and I'll have both of you demoing it as well, and that'll be a nice little kind of posterity recording of the curriculum. Okay, so let's start with our basic warm-up. We have big arm circles to the front, backwards. We're usually going to do this quick warm-up in all of our KidPersist classes just to get the body moving. So palms out, medium-sized circles to the front, and backwards. Good. Palms down, small circles to the front. Change directions. Good. Then I call these alternating hugs. You just switch which arm is on top. And we use these to take all of the tension out of our shoulders. All right, left hand on top of the right hand. All of these we're basically putting ourselves in like a modified wrist flex. So we want to make sure we don't go beyond, but that we are getting a little bit of stretch out of it. Okay, palm up, right hand, and the left fingers are going to grab and stretch it out. Okay, switch, right hand on top of the left, push it down. Very nice, palm up, stretched out. And then we like to just shake our hands and our wrists and get all that tension, any tension we generated during warming those up out of our hands and wrists. Very nice. We're going to put our feet together, hands on our knees, and just do knee rotations one direction. Go the other way. Very good. Feet about shoulder width apart. Hip rotations one direction. Go the other way. Very nice. And then let's just warm our necks up just a little bit. So we're going to look left and look right. Very good. We're going to look up and look down. Good. And then the last one, we're going to alternate trying to touch our temples to our shoulders. All right, time. Very good. So in our KidPersist program, we have a warm-up game, and we, for the past 15 weeks now, 14, 15 weeks, we've been trying to identify all those aspects of our practice that we can do through the technology while everybody's training safely at home. So live classes, we were doing this mostly with single padded stick. Through the technology, it really doesn't matter, but lately I've been teaching it with double stick. And so this will be good because everybody watching this, you can see kind of not only how we call it feeding, when I'm providing an attack so that the students can give the right energy. So as I'm feeding, you'll see kind of what I'm doing and then what the response is. So there's only 3 pieces of defense in this drill. You have block. So when I feed here, yep, we're going to end up, we have block, very nice, right? That's block. And in the live classes, I would actually be, you know, gently trying to like make contact. But again, these are kind of like pillows and I never go all that hard. Anyway, so that's block. We also, the next one we have duck. So you just duck down, that's it. And we want to, one more time, duck, very nice. We want to return to the upright position as quickly as possible. So you really just want to kind of, or if I'm not in a lead, I want to just drop and then come back as quickly as possible. And again, I don't want to look at the floor. And so block, duck, the last one, jump. That's it, all right? So just a light jump, and those are the 3. And what we do, pardon me, is we have different themes for the rounds. Now, the other thing that's different about this game is we're playing it one-on-one, meaning the students are all looking at my feed and they're responding to me. When we actually, excuse me, when we actually play this game, what I normally do is everybody lines up, you know, here's student A, and here's student B, and here's student C. They line up shoulder to shoulder. And what I normally do, and again, usually we play this with one stick, is I walk down one direction and then I walk back the other direction, okay? But again, for the benefit of anybody who's gonna watch this later, this is how we've modified this warm-up game for the technology. We use 2 sticks and all of the participants just respond to what I'm giving them in real time. Okay, so round 1, and I'll also break down what this would look like when we're able to come together face-to-face again. Round 1, I'm actually gonna say the real attack that I'm giving, and I go at a moderate pace. So here we go, gentlemen. Round 1 starts now. So duck, jump, block, block, duck, jump, block, block, duck, jump, jump, duck, block, block, and duck. Good. Okay, so that's round 1. So for the benefit, and frankly, for the benefit of Brendan, who's in this class, he's never done this drill live with me, and I want you, Brendan, even though you're a distant student, I want you to understand what things would look like in the live class setting. Like, we want to be as complete as possible. So again, use your imagination, gentlemen, and pretend, and Danny's played this many, many times. Pretend there's like 3 students and they're lined up shoulder to shoulder, right? Like, here's the first one, here's the second one, here's the third one. But just imagine that they're standing with their backs to you, okay? So round 1, and I'll pick up my other stick in a moment, but again, because we were really doing this single stick, and Danny, I'm thinking when we get to start our classes again, whenever that is, we're gonna make this a double stick drill, because I like that. That's something that I kind of figured out during all of this. It would go like this. So round 1, I say the real thing that everybody gets, and in round 1, everybody gets the same thing. So, you know, you have student 1, student 2, and student 3. It might look like this: block, 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 duck, 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 jump, 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 block, 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 right? So when there's more than one person, and I know it's hard to visualize in this situation, I'm going from side to side laterally, and again, everybody's lined up shoulder to shoulder and they're facing me. So that would be how round 1 would work in the live training situation with a group. Okay, so round 2, within the technology, and then I'll break it down how the group setting would look, is now I can try to verbally fake you out, right? So I could just, I'll demo, you don't have to move yet, gentlemen. The feed might look like this, right? Block, block, jump, duck, block, block, duck, block, jump, okay? And exactly what everybody who's watching this is seeing, that's what we've got, is you're not responding to the verbal cue, you're responding to the shape or the angle of the attack, right? So I want to make sure, like, that is clearly duck, this is clearly jump. Anything, because when I have two sticks, I like to do double stick patterns. Those are block, no matter what I say. Okay, so for the benefit of everybody who's watching, now we're gonna do a real, second round, the way that we would do it normally in class through the technology. Okay, so here we go. Ready? Block, block, duck, jump, duck, block, block, duck, jump, block, duck, 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 and block. Good. Okay. And there we go. And sometimes there's some lag. And in that particular instance, there was a little bit of lag, but we just kind of do our best to work around it. Okay. So for the benefit of everybody who would watch this after the fact, once again, live setting in that same situation, round two, everybody's going to get the same thing. But Brendan, that's where I could introduce verbal fakes. So you might get, imagine there's three people, right? You might get something like this: duck, block, jump. Block, 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 block. Duck, 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 duck. Jump, block, duck. Right? So do you kind of see it, Brendan, like what we're doing? It's everybody's getting the same thing out of the three, but in round two, that's where I can have verbal fakes. Okay? So for everybody watching in the technology-based setting, round three is exactly like round two. We're just going to go a little bit faster. Okay, so gentlemen, here we go, like a regular class, right? Duck, jump, duck, jump, duck, block, block, duck, jump, jump, and jump. Okay, so again, trying to kind of put together, Danny and Brandon have been making really good progress on their particular levels. So these next few classes, we're going to kind of work together to have more of like an introductory, kind of like welcome to KidPersist, sort of just a few videos like that. So it's a good opportunity because they're coming along so well to break some of this down for everybody. Okay, round three in the live setting, now every participant can have something different. And once again, Brandon, I'm kind of showing you, what this could look like, right? So if it's the same three imaginary participants, jump, duck, block, right? Jump, duck, block. And like in all things, you're watching the stick, not necessarily listening to the sound of my voice. Round four is a little bit hard to do through the technology, but I'll explain this super quick. In round 4, if you make a mistake and I tag you, you owe me 10 push-ups. But the rules are exactly the same in round 3. And then towards the end of our live classes, before we got shut down, what we were doing round 5, we were playing with not too fast, but physical faking. Okay, so you don't commit super early, you kind of watch the stick. That was our round 5, and that's kind of how we were progressing that game. Okay, so that's a warm-up game that we like very much. I've been teaching that game or using that game for almost about a decade now to warm up classes. Very often now, once we get to this point in the class, we'll come into our Wing Chun warm-up. So hands up, gentlemen, feet even, you're not in the lead. Okay, yeah, that's it. And so we start with just 10 sets of chain punches. And a chain punch is exactly what you're seeing, right? And I like the term chain punches. You'll hear Jik Chun Choi sometimes, or battle punches, or straight blast. But the visual that I really like is if you think about the gear in the compartment, like with the chain of a bicycle, right? That's attached to the pedals. That usually that gear doesn't have a lot of dimension, but it's rolling over on the same line, right? So yeah, so Danny, stay on center line, and then we're gonna get to the one that you're already thinking ahead that you're doing, okay? So the easiest way for everybody who's watching this to count these is we rotate and we finish with the opposite fist, and we call that one set, okay? So we're gonna do 10 sets together of chain punches. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. All right. And so we have a couple other exercises in that family of warm-ups. We're going to pick a foot and balance on the other one. And we're going to try not to lose our balance. If we have a balance check, it's no big deal. We just go right back to standing on one foot. So gentlemen, pick a foot, stand on one foot. Try not to lose your balance. If you do, it's no big deal. Set of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then let's go and let's switch to our other foot. Okay, all right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, very good. And then we have one other, which is we have a rotating version of this. So let's have hands up, gentlemen, and let's start with our left hand in front. Ready? 1, open, go to your right. 2, open, go to center. 3, open, go to your left. 4, open, go to center. 5, open, go to your right. 6, open, go back to center. 7, open, go to your left. 8, open, center. 9, open, right. 10, open, and one more, finish on center. Good, very nice. All right, so once again, in today's class here, I'm kind of benefiting from having 2 students that have been training with me for a while, and they're making really good progress. So we're going to examine the curriculum, okay? So everybody get left lead, left side forward. And for anybody who's watching, you know, right now, my practice is in, I call it Family Martial Arts Academy Living Room Edition. This is where I'm doing all my teaching out of, and I have students learning from me here across the world. So If the alternative is that we're not going to do any martial arts, you know, this is better. So look at my feet, everybody. Step and slide. Step and slide. Step and slide. That's step and slide, advance. Step and slide, retreat. Step and slide, retreat. Step and slide, retreat. Okay, so I'm going to face the screen here. We're all going to, everybody in the class, we're going to do step and slide together. Wait for my command, okay? Ready, and step and slide, advance. Step and slide, advance. Step and slide, advance. Step and slide, retreat. Step and slide, retreat. Step and slide, retreat. Good. Okay. Next one. I'm just going profile so you can all see it. Slide, step, advance. Slide, step, advance. Slide, step, advance. Slide, step, retreat. Slide, step, retreat. Slide, step, retreat. Okay. So everybody ready? We're going to slide, step, advance. Slide, step, advance. And slide, step, advance. Now, lead foot goes first as we slide, step, retreat. Slide, step, retreat. Slide, step, retreat. All right, very nice. Last one, the easiest one, step through, advance. Step through, advance. Step through, advance. Step through, retreat. Step through, retreat. Step through, retreat. Okay, so I'm going to face you all. And we're going to do that one. It's the easiest one. Keep your hands up the whole time. Ready. Step through, advance. Step through, advance. Step through, advance. Step through, retreat. Step through, retreat. Step through, retreat. All right, good. Relax for a second. So for anybody watching, 3 foundational pieces of footwork. And it's one of my favorite situations in martial arts where the technique that you're doing is named in such a way that it reminds you exactly what you need to do. So it works out well that way, okay? So we're in the Jeet Kune Do subsection right now. Every level of KidPersist has different martial arts. KidPersist is a purposeful blend of martial arts from all over the world, designed to help participants learn to finish what they start. So we study martial arts from all over the world, okay? So Jeet Kune Do are the martial contributions of the late, great Bruce Lee. And in our lineage, you know, carried forward by this gentleman, Guru Dan Inosanto, out of Los Angeles or Marina del Rey in California. All right, so let's move on to the next Jkd requirements, everybody. So left lead, hands up. This will be a super quick review, but anybody watching, you know, you can watch this as many times as you need to. The lead straight punch is your jab. So in this case, the left. The right or the rear straight punch is the cross. The lead hand can slap. That would go to the head or the jaw or the ear. And the lead hand can body slap. It's exactly the same. You just drop your elevation a little bit. If I lean down to my left, here's the lead uppercut. If I lean down to my right, here's the right or the rear uppercut, okay? Lead uppercut, rear uppercut. One of my biggest pet peeves in all of martial arts is when people drop their hand to throw an uppercut, because that's usually when you get knocked out. Just dip your elevation a little bit, either direction. Have those uppercuts come off your face. Live classes and virtual classes, I often say, when you're doing your boxing or your kickboxing or your Jkd, any of those modalities, Thai boxing, especially when you get in tight, you know, it's good to pretend like your hands are glued to your face. That just is going to help you stay really protected. Okay. So we have our lead hammer fist, and we have our rear hammer fist, right? So for everybody out there, let's review everything we have. Lead straight punch is the jab. Rear straight punch is the cross. Lead slap. Lead body slap. Lead uppercut. Rear uppercut. lead hammer fist, rear hammer fist. Okay? And relax for 1 second, gentlemen. For anybody watching with prior martial arts background, in this program, I don't teach hooks and I don't teach overhands. In place of the hook, we slap or we body slap. And then in the adult program, we would hook and body hook. And it's the great part about the KidPersist program, for those who stay with me long enough and age into the adult programs, they have a really great background. The overhands, which are kind of looping diagonal hooks, we just replace those with hammer fists because most of the students can do that really easily, and you have all this nice protective tissue here. Okay, so that's our introduction to our basic punches, our Western boxing punches, with the exception of hammer fist. Okay, excuse me, only because if you were doing Olympic boxing, hammer fists are an illegal punch. All right, and you would be doing closed hands, hook and body hook instead of the slap in Western boxing. Okay, you'd have overhands as well. So let's stand up, everybody. And now Jeet Kune Do, yellow belt, KidPersist subsection. We're going to go through our boxing 3 counts. So I'll call these out. We'll all do them together, and I'll give everybody some hints about how you can learn these. So everybody left lead. Okay, ready? Triple jab. Good. Jab, cross, jab. Jab, cross, slap. Jab, cross, body slap. Jab, cross, lead uppercut. So you lean down, have that uppercut come off your face. Nice job. Jab, cross, lead hammer fist. Okay. Cross, jab, cross. Cross, slap, cross. Cross, body slap, cross. Cross, lead uppercut, cross. Cross, lead hammer fist, cross. And then on to the last 3. Lead uppercut, rear uppercut, slap. Lead uppercut, rear uppercut, slap. Rear uppercut, lead uppercut, cross. Rear uppercut, lead uppercut, cross. Starting and ending with your rear hand. Hammer fist, uppercut, hammer fist. Hammer fist, uppercut, hammer fist. Okay? So gentlemen, relax for 1 quick second. So for anybody watching, how do you memorize all those? Well, except for triple jab, the first family of techniques is going to be jab, cross, X. So you put in place of X all your boxing tools. So you have jab, cross, jab, jab, cross, slap, jab, cross, body slap, jab, cross, uppercut, jab, cross, hammer fist. All right, and in my classes, my students don't have to memorize all of those. They just have to be able to do them if I call them, and you can see, you know, how Danny and Brendan are moving, okay? The next, and you can't go jab, cross, cross, because we change the sides that we're punching with every punch. So it's got to, that family's got to go straight lead punch, rear straight punch, and then a tool with the lead hand. Okay. The next family is cross, X, cross. So you insert all of your lead hand tools: cross, jab, cross, cross, slap, cross, cross, body slap, cross, cross, uppercut, cross, cross, hammer fist, cross. So it's very simple. Cross, X, cross. You just keep subbing in the different punches for X. And then the last 3, you just got to kind of memorize it. Lead uppercut, rear uppercut, slap. Rear uppercut, lead uppercut, cross. Rear hammer fist, lead uppercut, rear hammer fist. That's all of the required boxing 3 counts. And once again, for the benefit of anybody watching this, participants don't have to memorize those, especially at this first level. They just have to be able to do them when I call them. All right. So All right, now our sandwich series, ABC sandwich series, right? So we're gonna have two ways of doing the lead roundhouse kick or the lead hook kick in Jeet Kune Do. You can just lean back, right? Lean back and fire the kick. The way that I actually prefer to do it is the pendulum. So we learned slide step, right? The pendulum is slide kick. See how that goes from no motion to that, right? That pendulum just loads, boom, my lead kick. So either of those two ways is acceptable. And at this first level, we're gonna, I call this a roundhouse kick or a lead hook kick, what we were just looking at, sandwich series. And I use that term with both adults and children because everybody tends to know what a sandwich is. And in this analogy, the top piece of bread is that lead roundhouse kick. Excuse me. In the middle of your sandwich, you're gonna have a punching combination. That's where you would, you know, if you like vegetarian or meatball or whatever you take on your sandwich, and then the top piece of bread is going to be another roundhouse kick. That visual seems to work for most people. So combo number one, lead roundhouse kick, cross, slap, cross, lead roundhouse kick. Everybody ready? And go. Lead roundhouse kick, cross, slap, cross, lead roundhouse kick. Okay, so for everybody watching, very simple, right? There's a kick at the beginning, there's a punching combination in the middle, and you finish it up with another kick, just like the excellent participants are showing you on camera, right? So the reason I also really like this block of material is at the first level, there's only a one punch difference between the three combinations. So the first one, the one we just did, was cross, slap, cross in between the kicks. This one that we're about to do is cross, body slap, cross in between the kicks. But other than that, there is no difference. So I'm going to say go in a moment, gentlemen. Get in the left lead. This one I'm going to do profile, and then everybody who's watching, you get to see the participants do it towards the camera. This way you can really understand the combo. Okay, so gentlemen, it's number two. It's cross, body slap, cross in between the kicks. Ready and go. Kick, cross, body slap, cross, and kick. So that's number two. And like I said, very manageable because it's only a one punch difference than number one. Number one is cross, slap, cross. Number two is cross, body slap, cross. Number three, cross, uppercut, cross in between the kicks. So once again, it's only a one punch difference. It's really easy, and we're going to do it now. Ready, go. Kick, cross, uppercut, cross, and kick. Okay, so that is, and forgive me, I know I'm leaving the frame here. I'm just, every now and then I'm checking in with our curriculum to make sure that we know and we're covering everything in order. Okay, so KidPersist yellow belt from Jeet Kune Do, we're going to go into Wing Chun. And Wing Chun actually illustrates an interesting, issue that we're all working around right now. What if you don't have a training partner? So this is actually kind of fortuitous that I have two excellent participants today. They're training solo, and we're going to show you what this could look like if you don't have a partner available to you. Now, my only question real quick, Brendan, in a few minutes, is it possible to grab mom or dad and show what it would look like with a partner, or are they not available? Yes? Okay, excellent. But let's do it solo first, okay? So we would be in a right lead, and we would be in a high reference point, okay? So this time, put the right side of your body in front, and your right hand would be up, and imagine that we're touching at the backs of our wrists. And like I said, in a few minutes, I'll have Brendan grab somebody in his household. He'll show you what all four of these look like. But for right now, let's, like a lot of people in the world, let's figure out what this would look like if we don't have access to a partner. right? So from the side, I would just be here. And I'll show you numerous angles on this. So number one is the left hand moves first, slap with the left, and knife hand with the right. Slap with the left, so you're slapping the arm out of the way. The right hand doesn't move until that line is open. And if you have no partner, I know maybe sometimes doing things in the air, you might be a little self-conscious, but this is better than having no training methodology at all. And in a moment, I'll show you, what it's for, right? Or I'll have Brendan show you what it's for. So, again, just that. Number one, there's only 4 of these, everybody. Slap and hit with the knife hand. Your other option is you can slap and hit with a reverse hammer fist. So it's the same shot as the knife hand. You just close your hand. Either one of those are acceptable to me. If when you do the knife hand, you leave your fingers open. When you do reverse hammer fist, you do fingers closed. But you're still going to hit with the bottom of your hand, right? Either one of those is acceptable. So that's our number one, okay? And let's look at all 4 if we were by ourselves. And then I'll have Brendan kind of show you what it would look like with a partner, right? So I'm here. Number 2, I start with number 1. They push me past center line. So my left hand grabs, and then I score with that same shot, right? And you can do, again, knife hand, or you can close it and do the reverse hammer fist. So from the front, I start like 1. They parry me across my center line. So I grab, and when I grab in the air, I keep my thumb out of it. I don't want to practice grabbing like this, because in this art, we don't grab like that. We grab with our thumb on top. So number 1 is slap and hit. Number 2 is slap and hit to pull and hit. Okay, I like to say in my classes, Wing Chun is an example of you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. If you do nothing, boom, I'm going to enter and I'm going to hit you. If you occupy the line, well, I'm going to reopen the line and I'm going to hit you. Okay, so that's our goal. So number 1, slap and hit with a knife hand. Number 2, slap and hit to pull and hit. Now, number 3 and number 4, instead of slap and knife hand, now I want you to slap and come in. And in this art, they punch vertical. And so I want you to at least experience that. In the KidPersist program, I'm going to teach you so many different martial arts from around the world. Not all of everything that I'm going to teach you is going to fit you. Not all that everything I'm going to teach you are you going to like or are you going to gravitate towards. But the expectation is that you will experience it. So for a lot of people, vertical punches feel odd sometimes. I still at least want you to try it so that you've experienced it. So number 3, I start with slap and vertical punch, and then I inside slap and I score. So with this one, we're pretending that you slap this down and you give me your right vertical punch, but I kind of parry it here on center line. So you move in and slap on the inside of my arm, and that opens up the line, and then you hit me in the face, okay? So in the air, slap and vertical fist, inside slap and vertical fist, right? From numerous angles. 1, 2. And then from over here, high reference point, slap and hit, inside slap and hit with the vertical fist. That's number 3. Sometimes we'll call that one double slap and hit. Okay, so let's review everything we have. Slap and hit with the knife hand, number 1. Slap and hit, pull and hit, that was number 2. 3 and then 4, which I'll teach you in a moment, we're going vertical punch. So slap and hit with the vertical punch, inside slap and hit with the vertical punch would be number 3. And again, this class, this recording, we're doing it so that you could, so you can train it in the air. Let's pretend that your situation is you have no training partner. So let's do this one in the air so that you have a methodology, okay? Number 4, final one. Start like 3. fire this left hand vertical punch, finish like 3. Okay, so see how simple that is. Number 4 is basically number 3 with 1 additional punch. That's why I made that number 4, right? So number 4, slap and hit with the vertical fist, punch up the open line with the vertical fist, inside slap, and score with the vertical fist, right? So let's do everything. I'll do everything in the air. We'll all do everything in the air. I'll go multiple angles for you. So number 1, slap and hit with the knife hand. Number 2, slap and hit with the knife hand, but they parry across center line, so we pull and hit and score. Number 3 and number 4, remember we're doing vertical hits or vertical punches, right? Slap and hit to inside slap and hit. That's our number 3, or double slap and hit. Number 4, start like 3 with the slap and hit, punch up the open line, inside slap and hit. Okay, so I'm gonna have, if it's okay, I'm gonna have Brendan bring Rob in, and I'm gonna put, you know, Rob has done a whole heck of a lot of training with me over the last week. So let's put the fire under Brendan's, and it's been awesome training, but I'm saying let's put the fire under Brendan's feet. He's gonna do all the demoing. So Brendan, number 1, slap and hit. Boom, that's it. And that's exactly, for anybody watching this, the training relationship you would want. The partner doesn't necessarily give the rear hand obstruction, but the trainee, the person doing it, doesn't actually hit their partner because we're just training it right now. The idea with number 1 is that you scored. Boom, you slap and hit and you scored, okay? Now number 2, slap and hit, parry, and pull and hit. Beautiful. That was number 2. So let's see that one more time. Slap and hit, knife hand, cross center line, pull and hit. Beautiful job, okay? So hopefully everybody watching sees what I mean by you're darned if you do, darned if you don't, right? With that one more time, slow motion as I narrate it, Brandon. He started with slap and hit, right? Go ahead. Freeze, 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 freeze. So see, he was unsuccessful, but Rob parried across his own center line. So Brendan takes his left hand and just pulls the line open and scores. That's it. Okay, very nice. Sorry about that. Number 3, starting with slap and vertical punch. Boom, and then right away he moves in, slaps the line open. That's it, and scores. Okay, because that response, one more time, Brendan, slap and hit. And then right up that you got it, boom, and open it up. That's it, okay? Because that time Rob didn't cross center line with his rear hand barrier. If he had, Brendan would have just pulled and hit like number 2. Boom, that's it. Okay, and then number 4 is gonna be exactly the same. Is you're gonna start with that punch, fire up the open line, that's it, and then finish, that's it. Can you just do a few reps of 4? Just rep that out. Boom, good. Okay, so let's go one more time just for everything since I have both of you here, okay? So number 1, Brendan, slap and hit. Bam, and you score. Number 2, yeah, and then this is great. Danny, you do them in the air. This is so good, okay? So everybody watching can see it. This is fantastic, okay? So number 2, slap and hit, pull and hit, and score. Beautiful job. Okay, number 3, we're starting with the vertical punches. So slap and vertical, inside slap and score. Boom, nice job. Number 4 starts like 3, punch up that open line with your left hand and finish like 3. That's it. All right. Thanks so much, Rob. I appreciate your help. Okay, excellent. That was very cool. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, so we're moving into Inasanto La Costa, which is our mother system for Filipino martial arts. We're going to start with single stick. And we start with the Eskrima 1 numbering system. There's 12 angles. So as I describe this, I have 2 sides to my body, the open side and the closed side. Or sometimes you'll hear me say forehand side and backhand side. Those are synonyms. They mean the same thing. Open or forehand side, right? These are all forehand or open side attacks or angles. These are backhands or closed sides attacks, right? All right, so we're going to be in the right lead unless you're left-handed, but most of the population is right-handed. If you gentlemen stay where you're at. If you were left-handed, you would go left hand, left lead, and have to make it work from there. And I can certainly help you, break this down for left lead. Okay, but right now we're going to be right side focused. Okay, so angle 1, forehand diagonal, clavicle to hip. Angle 2, backhand diagonal, clavicle to hip. Angle 3, forehand horizontal midline. Angle 4, backhand horizontal midline. Angle 5, palm up thrust to the belly. Now, when I say palm up, I always say my expression, I want you to do your Popeye impression, like you're showing off how buff your forearm is. So you're palm up because that's curled. There are going to be some systems where they go like this, and that's fine. That's just not what we're doing here. Palm up. Okay, so again, forehand diagonal, 2, backhand diagonal, 3, forehand horizontal, 4, backhand horizontal, 5, palm up thrust to the belly, 6, palm outward thrust to the chest. And this should be chest or clavicle collarbone at the highest. The most common mistake I see is people are up here with it. That's not accurate, okay? Unless you're fighting somebody that's way too tall that you shouldn't be fighting. 7, Danny's right, we're going to the arc thrust to the other side. Now, I want everybody to understand this. 6 hits here on the forehand side. You arc this to the backhand side and thrust in on the backhand side. That's why we call it arc thrust. Without opening your fingers, you twirl the stick and hit them in what would be their right temple. So I'm going to do it wrong. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm showing you what not to do. That, see how I opened my hand? That's me lying to myself and saying, man, is my wrist flexible? No, it's not. You're sacrificing your grip. Use the weight of the tip of the stick for that. Okay, and I'll go a little, slower, especially if people are learning. Okay? So imagine hitting their right temple, and you allow that stick to go low from 7 to 8. 9, rising diagonal to their left knee. 10, backhand rising diagonal to their right knee. Flip it and hit them in the left temple for 11. Bring it down to your right side. Thrust up center line and end on your left shoulder for 12. Not your right shoulder. See how overexposed I am? Your left shoulder. Okay, so change the angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, palm up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? And you can watch this to your heart's content. Let's do Danny and Brendan. I know you know this. You've been certified on this for a while. Let's do one set where you stay on my count and we do it all together synchronized for the benefit of anybody who's going to watch, okay? So sticks up. Ready? Wait for my count, please. I know you know it, and I know you can go way faster than I'm going to call it. But this is for anybody who's going to watch this so they can really learn it and see 3 different interpretations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Make sure it's chest level. 7, also chest level. Don't open your hand. 8. Nice. 9, 10, 11, arm it, and 12. Nice job. Really nice. That was great. Fantastic. Okay. Not that it wasn't great before, but I know this is a block of material you both know really well, and you were both just kind of moving through it. So that way, any viewer gets lots of reps, okay? So, the backhand series. So we're still in a right lead. We have this backhand hit and retract. Lately in my teaching, and this has really only been the last maybe year or so, this position, this backhand chamber, I call this home base position because that seems to work for most people because you're always returning to home base in this series, right? So that's the first motion, just flicking that out, okay? So what I want everybody who's watching this, this clip to do, I want you to imagine that I'm actually physically training Danny and Brendan and what this would look like. So Danny and Brendan, you get in the home base position, is when I give an angle 1, they would backhand my hand and bring it back. When I give an angle 2, they would backhand my hand and bring it back. They're not going through though. 3, they backhand and bring it back. 4, they just backhand it and bring it back to home base. Nice. And 5, they backhand it and they go back to home base. Okay, so aside from maybe the elevation of their attack, nothing changes. It's one movement, right? One idiom of movement that takes care of everything. So at the yellow belt level, we're going to add in 2 follow-ups. The first one, you backhand, you go back to home base, and you give an angle 2 and an angle 1. And that's called making the X, right? So I would destroy the hand and then hit the person on their body wherever appropriate. Clavicles, temples, it's fine, all right? So the way we would normally do this, we're going to do it through the technology, okay? So Danny and Brendan, you're in the chambered position, okay? Get in your backhand. I'm going to feed you, right? You destroy my 1 and make the X. That's it. And I wait. You destroy the 2 and make the X. That's it. Destroy the 3 and make the X. Destroy the 4 and make the X. And destroy the 5 and make the X. Good. Time. That was great. The most common mistake people are going to make, they did not make this mistake because they know this really well. They're both certified on it. Don't do this again for anybody watching. Backhand and open. Angle 1 and angle 2. And now you're not in home base, you're open. And this is called the backhand series. So it's hard to do the backhand series from your open side, okay? Last combo is gonna be, or follow-up is gonna be the redondo. This is the redondo. There, all right? So what we're gonna do, they're gonna do, it's a big old circle of destruction, essentially, all right? So what they're going to do is I'm going to feed them again through the technology, and you'll see it's the same idea as the X, except instead of the 2 beat X, now after they destroy my hand, they're just making 1 beat of the redondo. So let's go real fast, gentlemen. Destroy my 1, redondo. Destroy my 2, redondo. Destroy my 3 and redondo. Destroy my 4 and redondo. And destroy my 5 and redondo. Very nice. Put the sticks down. Okay, we have time to finish up Savate, and then grappling I'll probably have to get in another video, but that's fine. This is most of the curriculum. So left lead. Everybody left lead. 3 beat combination. So combo 1. Cross, jab, lead leg roundhouse kick. You just lean back, okay? So for like when we get into Thai boxing in the next level, it's going to be all about opposites, all right? All about opposites. Oh, X to redondo and redondo to X. Hi, hello from Hawaii. Nice to have you here. So yes, and I thank you for the reminder, Danny. Yes. So gentlemen, you don't need sticks. Thank you. Danny just caught something that I missed. There's 2 other follow-ups in this series. You backhand and X to redondo, and then you backhand and redondo to the X. So those are just combinations, right? So every one that I backhand, X to redondo or backhand redondo to the X, okay? But let's finish these Savate combinations and then wrap the class up. So again, cross, jab, lead leg fouette, or lead leg roundhouse kick. cross, jab, lead leg fouette. I'm just leaning back into that. Cross, jab, boom. That's where I want to be, okay? So in Thai boxing, as I got started saying, it's going to be all about opposites. When you hook, you're going to come back with the opposite kick. When you cross, you're going to hop left kick. That's next level. First level here, we're working for these first two combos the same side, right? So a rear straight punch, a lead straight punch, and a lead roundhouse kick. And then we're going to reverse that. A lead straight punch, a rear straight punch. We're going to fire that rear roundhouse kick and then try and come back to our left lead. Okay? So number one, rear, lead, lead. Number two, lead, rear, rear. And then reset it and come back. Okay? Final combo, we're going to start with Kukliba, which is oblique kick. So to break this down for you, here, all right, is imagine that I'm just swinging the bottom of my foot, boom, into somebody's shin. The way that I like to teach it is imagine there's a puddle of water on the floor and you're going to use the blade of your foot to sweep the water towards somebody's face, okay? So that's the Kukliba, or the oblique kick, the rear leg oblique kick. So I perform that kick. I'm so sorry. That's one new kick. The other new kick that we need is a lead leg outward crescent kick. Outward crescent kick, right? So as you're looking at your foot from your right side to your left side, outward crescent kick, okay? And so we're going to take our outward crescent kick with a cross to link it up to the Kukliba, okay? So outward crescent kick, cross, rear oblique kick. That's the third combination. Okay, yeah, and even if I don't score, I want, boom, I want people reacting to that kick. I like this combo. I have a little bit more flexibility on my left side than my right side, and I'm a shorter guy, so very often people are shocked that I can get that kick at that elevation. So I'll draw that they'll move out, right? So when you're here, boom, that moves into the cross really nice. Bam, and then you go low and follow up with that oblique kick. All right, so that is everything in the KidPersist yellow belt requirements, with the exception of grappling. We will get those on another video. Again, I thought I would just have everybody benefit on the recording from having Brandon and Danny here. They're both moving through their own levels that they're on really, really well. And I thought revisiting the yellow belt requirements and then having the two of them here would be nice from the standpoint of really having a clean, watchable recording. All right, here we go. Let's check this out for KidPersist. Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indonesian, French and Dog Brothers, Japanese. All right, thanks for joining me, everybody. And if anybody wants information about formalizing your training relationship with me, please go to Stoops, my last name, Stoops, OMALC.com.